Hey everybody, this is a quick disclaimer to please just follow the guide on 3dshacks.guide and don't follow this video step by step. This video was made on the 7th of January 2023 and this guide could become outdated very quickly, so check the guide online first and follow it step by step and don't just follow this video. This video is only made to show you how easy it can be or how easy it was for me, but yeah. The steps could change any day and it could become even easier, you never know. But please follow the guide on the website and not just blindly follow this video. Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you how to hack your Nintendo 3DS or 2DS, whatever. It could be the new one or the old one or the XL. Works for all of them as long as they're on the latest system version, on version 11.16. And yeah, all you need to do that is a SD card for the system. For the new 2DS XL, in my case, it's going to be a micro SD card with 32 gigabytes. You need a way to read and write files to the SD card, and you'll need an internet connection to, of course, download all the things and update the firmware on the DS. Okay, so the first step is formatting the SD card. It needs to be FAT32 formatted, and I've already inserted mine into the PC right here. To format the SD card, we'll have to format it to FAT32, and we'll also have to set the allocation size to 32K, because that's one of the things that a homebrew called Twilight Menu requires to ensure good performance with Nintendo DS games. It's actually, if you don't have the allocation unit or allocation size set to 32K, you're gonna get a little pop-up in the Twilight Menu when you try to run your ripped Nintendo DS games. Like in my case it was Pokemon. I got a little pop-up and it said to set the allocation size, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. So in my case the SD card in the PC is now the volume H, so we're gonna right click it, format this, the name could be new volume, whatever you want to call it, with FAT32, that's the important part, and the allocation unit size on 32K with a quick format. Then we're going to get the pop-up. Formatting this volume will erase all data on it, back up any data you want to keep before formatting. Do you want to continue? So I'm okay with that. I'm going to hit OK. And yeah, now it formatted the SD card and we should be good to go. So then we remove the SD card from our PC and we're going to insert it into the DS like that, and then we're going to boot it up once just so it creates its own file system and it can initialize the SD card for us. So they are creating the home menu management files on the SD card, and we should be good to go now. Now, we're also going to need to create a Mii. This is a system I've reset today. I got it basically brand new. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that real quick. Okay, I've gone ahead and created a Mii now. So, yeah, we're going to need that later. You'll see. Great, so we have the Mii and we have our SD card in the system. We're now going to check for system updates because we want to be on the latest version according to 3dshacks.guide. That's going to be 11.16.0 and the version number behind that is basically irrelevant. And for me, that's going to be version 11.16.049E, I think. The E is just because I'm in Europe. If there's a U for US or a J for Japan, I think it doesn't really make a difference. We're already up to date, so that's good. And yeah, we'll have to insert the SD card into the PC again. So we'll turn off the system. Okay, we have the SD card inserted into the PC. It's our volume I again. And on there we have a Nintendo 3DS folder. From that folder, we're going to need the insides. There's a 32 character long named folder, and we're going to want to copy the name of that and paste that into a notepad. That's our folder name. Oh, next up we're going to want our friend code. That's what we created the Mii for. We can get that from our 2DS, and we can get that from here, from the orange face. We have our Mii and our friend code. Great. now we have that. We have these two things, our friend code and the folder name, in our notepad. We're going to need them on the website we're going to open now, and that's brute force movable. It's this one here. You can get the link to that on 3dshacks.guide. Okay, so now we need our friend code with no spaces, as you can see here, and get our folder name, which is the ID0, and we hit go. Right now we're going to need to add a bot to our friends list. That bot has this friend code. Friends list, register friend, an internet friend, and that's going to be the code 5043. This code's going to be different for every single one of you. It's not the same for everybody. Enter the friend code. We're going to name it just something. It doesn't really matter. And now on the website it says here, let's connect to this website and we'll automatically retrieve your movable part 1 when you add it to the friends list. Simply add it back and wait for it to process your friend code. If nothing on this website changes after you add the bot, refresh the page. So we added the bot, we're going to wait like up to 5 minutes, and if it hasn't changed anything in 5 minutes, we're going to refresh the site. But yeah, now we wait. Okay, so now it's gone to step 2 and step 3, which said wait, and now it's done. It's computed my movable set, and that's what we're going to download now. We're going to need that. I'm going to have it right here on my desktop in the 2ds-XL hack folder, movable.set. Great. And now we're going to turn off our 2ds. So with the movable.set, we're going to open our BannerBomb 3 injector, because BannerBomb 3 is the exploit we're going to run. And that's also a website. You can see that here. That's the loader exploit injector. And yeah, there we upload our movable.set, and then it's going to build our exploit for us. And we build and download. And that's going to download our DSIWare exploit.zip. We're also going to get that into our folder, and we're going to open it because we need what's inside. Now, inside you have the bannerbomb3.bin and a f00 whatever.bin. The f00 is a DSIWare, and we're going to add that to our SD card. That's still on the PC, it's still on volume I, as you can see here. We're going to add the bannerbomb3.bin to the root of our SD card, so that's in the same folder as the Nintendo 3DS folder, so it's going to look like this. And in the folder we're going to have our ID0, that's the folder name we noted, and in there is another folder, that's our ID1. Inside of ID1 we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call that Nintendo DSIWare. There we go. We have a DSIWare folder on our SD card, and into that folder we're gonna copy the f00 whatever, our DSIWare.bin basically. So we have that on our SD card now. Yeah, now we're gonna have to check the hardware of our DS if we have a safe mode. To check if we have a safe mode, we have to start the system while holding a certain set of buttons. That's the left shoulder, right shoulder, D-pad up, and the A button. So on the 2ds-XL, that's the big shoulder buttons, not the small ones. We're going to have to hold both of them like this, and then we're going to have to do some finger gymnastics to hit all the other buttons. So left shoulder, right shoulder, and what was it? D-pad up, A, and then we'll have to hit the power button here. And if the safe mode works, we're going to land in an update screen, and we did. So that's great. We're just going to cancel the update. We have a safe mode, so we can use the USM install of the boot9 strap and not the thread tool one. So we're going to have to download all of these things: the safe boot9 strap installer, that's a direct download, the boot9 strap itself, also a direct download, the Luma 3DS, which is not a direct one. We need the luma3ds.zip file. It's going to open on the GitHub, and yeah, version 11 in my case is the latest one, so we're going to click that, get the download of that one, and we need usm.bin, which is also a direct download. And we're going to put all of those into our folder we've prepared. So the USM bin, Luma 3DS, boot9 strap and the safe boot as a safe B9 installer. We all have them in our little folder up here now. Great. And we're gonna go back to our SD card, still in our PC, to the root of it. So where the bb3.bin is located and the Nintendo 3DS folder, we're gonna copy the usm.bin. It's this one we just downloaded. We're gonna copy it over there, and from the Luma 3ds.zip we've opened here, the boot firm and the boot 3dsx are also gonna go into the root folder. So we should end up looking like this. And then we're going to create a new folder called boot9 strap on the root of our SD card. So that's right here. Boot9 strap, or the insides of the boot9 strap, the firm and the firm hash into there. Inside the safe B9S installer we have more files. NDS, the firm, a data bin, and we're gonna need the safe B9S installer.bin from here, safe B9S installer.bin, and also get that over to the root of the SD card, so in this folder. Now those were the preparations. The next steps we're gonna have to do on our DS. So the SD card's back in there, and now we're gonna go into the system settings. So we're going to go into the data management, the DSiWare, and the SD card. And there we go. We are now in the BB3 multi-hex menu. So we're going to navigate to the install unsafe mode and press A. That should be, where are we? Install unsafe mode. Yeah, it's already selected. I'm gonna select that or run that with A. Unsafe mode is installed and it's shutting down now, so that's great. Didn't crash on us. Powered down, and we're gonna have to enter the safe mode again. So the left shoulder button, right shoulder button, and that whole kind of dance. So it was like left, right, up, A, and power on the system. Yeah, okay. Press OK and accept the update. So the update will eventually the update. Yeah, it's gonna fail with the error code 0031099 as it does here. So that's correct. And would you like to configure internet settings? Select yes. Configure internet set. Okay. Now we're gonna go to connection 1, change settings. Change settings on the next page, the proxy settings and the detailed setup. If the exploit was successful, your device, yep, that looks successful. We'll have booted into the safe B9S installer. If your device instead shows a red screen, which it doesn't, it's initializing. All input files are verified. To install firm, enter the sequence below or press B to cancel. Press, in our case, that's right up A. Now we installed that, that's great. So we're going to press start to save and reboot. Start. Yeah, hit start. Great, so that should be Luma 3DS now, not the default 3DS. It looks the same, but that's okay, that's what we want. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, so now we're going to restore our Wi-Fi config profiles. Once again, we're going to go to data management, DSiWare, and SD card, and system settings. Data management, DSiWare, and SD card. Yep, there we go. Now we're gonna uninstall unsafe mode. Uninstall unsafe mode. Wi-Fi slots restored, rebooting now. Great. Yeah, it's gonna reboot now. And once it's done, we're gonna have to shut off and delete our DSiWare hacks. That's f00.bin in the DSiWare folder. We're gonna do that. So power off the device again. Power off. And in here we have our Nintendo 3DS folder. ID 0, ID 1, DSiWare, and that bin file we're gonna delete it because that was our DSiWare hacks. Okay, so next up we're gonna install some of the required software, which is gonna be FBI, Checkpoint, Universal Update of God Mode 9, and the Homebrew Launcher Loader. As you can see here, it's not recommended to skip downloading any of these, as many of them will be used later on in this page. At the end of this page, your SD card will be cleaned up by removing unnecessary installation files, so don't worry if your SD card is a bit on the smaller side, we're gonna clean it up anyways. So yeah, we'll have to download all of those data, and there we go. There's the God mode. Right, we have all of those, and we're gonna start the prep work. We'll have to insert the SD card into the PC again, which we already have right here. It's our I again, and then we're gonna create a folder named CIAs on the root. Right here, we're gonna make a new folder called CIAs, and into that are gonna go the checkpoint and basically all of the CIA file. Right, they're gonna go into the CIAs folder here on our I, and then we're gonna create a new folder on the root again, which is called 3DS. That's right here. It's 3DS, and we're gonna copy our FBI 3DSX to that. It's that FBI into the 3DS folder. So on I, after installing Luma 3DS, we have a Luma folder, and in there we're going to create a new folder called payloads. It's this one right here, and into the payloads it's going to go the godmode9.firm from the zip file. So we have the godmode9.zip. We're going to open that one, and right here is the godmode9.firm. That's going to go into the Luma payloads. And then we're going to copy the GM9 folder from the godmode9.zip to the root of the SD card. So we're going to go here onto our I again, that's the root folder, and in the zip we have a GM9 folder, one, and that's going to go into the root right here. Eject that from our PC, launch that all across the room, great, and insert it back into our 2DS. Turn it on. We're gonna launch the download play application, that's this one, orange little icon. Wait until you see the Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo DS buttons. Press left shoulder, D-pad down, and select. So left shoulder, D-pad down, and select. That opens up the Rosalina menu, and we're going to select miscellaneous options and switch the HB title to the current app. So it's down here, miscellaneous options, and switch the HB title to current app. Operation succeeded. Press B to continue, B to return to the Rosalina main menu, B to exit the Rosalina menu, and press home, and then close download play. So home, and we're going to hit X to close the software. Great, now we're going to start it again, and it should load up the Homebrew launcher, which again is going to be left shoulder, D-pad down, and select miscellaneous options and dump DSP. So it's down here again, and dump DSP firmware. DSP successfully written. Press B, select, there should be a nullify user time offset, operation succeeded, great. Now we have that, and so next thing we're going to launch FBI from the list of homebrews. Navigate to SD CIAs and install and delete all CIAs option. Select current directory, yeah, install and delete all CIAs. So it's going to install all the apps and then delete them to clean up the SD card again. Install and delete all CIAs in the current directory, yes. It's going to run through that. Okay, so the install finished. We're going to OK that, press any button, get out of the download play. The software has been added, yeah, we know. Everything we've just installed has now been added. So next thing, we're going to power off the device. So we're going to hold start and power it on. God Mode 9, 6th anniversary edition, and down here it tells us stuff. Essential files, backup not found. Create one now. Yes, we're going to create one. Backup embedded in sysnan and written to. Okay. Okay, now we're on the root file system. Press home to bring up the action menu. We're going to press home. Now down here we have the action menu. This is really dark. Scripts. GM9 Megascript. This one. And set up Luma 3DS to CTRNAND. This will copy Luma to your CTRNAND, allowing for the system to work without an SD card. That's what we want. That's pretty useful. Unlock it now. Yes. Proceed. Left, up, left, right. A. Copied successfully. Great. Clean up the SD card. That should also be in the script. Yeah, clean up SD card. This will clean the final setup files. Continue. Yes. SD card is now squeaky clean. A to continue. Great. Now we're going to press B to return to the main menu. Then we'll still have to back up the files, and then we're going to be done. So backup options, sysnan backup. Backup options, sysgit backup. Press A to confirm. Yeah. Please make sure you have enough storage. Yes, we do. At least 1.3 gigs free is recommended. Yeah, we do have that. And yeah, that could take a while. So I'll be back when it's finished. The backup's finished. I'm going to press A to continue. So B and exit. Write permissions were changed. Relock them. A yes. And then we're gonna have to go to sysnan virtual up here. This is really dark. Sysnan virtual. Press A on Essential XFs, which is this one here. I can see it, so Essential XFs, press A. Copy to 0 GM9 out, which is copy to 0 GM9 out, so right here. Destination already exists. Press A on overwrite files. Copied. Press home to bring up the action menu. Power off system. Power off system. Insert the SD into the computer and copy the files to our PC. So we're going to go to GM9 out. There's our sysnan bin, the hash file, and our XFs file, which we're all going to copy. We're going to make a backup folder in our Nintendo 2DS hacking folder. So there's these three files, and we're going to get them into our backups folder. And if you have it, copy the /luma/backups. So on I, there's Luma backups. We're copying that backups folder into our backups. Paste that here. So it's backups Luma and it's that backups folder. You can delete the GM9 out once they're done because it's a big file. It's 1.3 gigabytes. I'm going to delete these. And now we're done. we now have custom firmware on our 2DS or 3DS. Now you can go ahead and install Homebrew, and so yeah, that's it. That's been the basics of hacking your 3DS and getting custom firmware up and running. If you're interested in what you can do with this, you can always join the Nintendo Homebrew Discord, which is linked on 3dshacks.guide. You'll also find a link to there in the description. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's surprisingly easy.